Hello guys, I'm your teacher. Welcome to our lesson. In this lesson you can learn how to talk about events in the past. Okay, if you ask me, what did you do yesterday? Well, I did a lot yesterday. For example, I worked in my office, I cooked dinner, I used the internet, I watched TV. Here it's not TV, but it's possible to watch TV using the computer, okay guys? I watched TV, I listened to music, and I walked to the park with my family. And guys, if I will talk about somebody, not me, he, she, we, they, nothing is changing. Look at the verb. For example, yesterday he walked in his office. Yesterday he cooked dinner. Yesterday we used the internet. We use it every time. Yes, guys. Yesterday they, for example, watched TV. Yesterday my mother listened to music. And yesterday we worked at the park. So guys, if we want to talk about events in the past, we have to use subject. Subject, it may be I, you, we, they, my mother, my friends, my family. After we use the verb with ed endings, okay? Sometimes d, sometimes ied. And the object, for example, I used internet when? Yesterday. Or I worked in my office when? Last week, for example. Or I used internet when? 2 days ago. Okay guys, but look at this group of words. We'll read them together, okay? Swim in the sea, read books, draw a drawing, sleep for a long time, ride a bike and write letters. How do you use this group of words? Do you use the same rule, ed ending? And you are absolutely right. This group of words, they are irregular verbs. And if we want to talk about events in the past using irregular verbs, we don't use ed ending. But what do we use? How do we do to talk about events in the past using irregular verbs? Good, you are absolutely right. We have to memorize a special form of the verbs. For example, swim, we will change for swam. Read for read. Draw for drew. Sleep for slept. Ride for rode. And write for wrote. Good, guys. So, if I ask you guys, what did you do last weekend? And I want you to use this information, okay? So, how will you use this kind of verbs? So, last week you try to find the good sentences, okay? Speaking about you. So, last weekend you swam in the sea, right? You are. Good for you. Next one. What did you do last weekend? Absolutely right. Last weekend you read books, and I expect it's true. What did you do last weekend, guys? Absolutely right. Drew a drawing, okay? Draw a drawing. What did you do last weekend? Did you sleep well? You slept for a long time. Good, guys. What did you do last weekend? Last weekend you rode a bike. Okay, good for you. You are very good sportsman, I think. And one more to be friendly. I expect that you wrote letters last weekend. Very good. So guys, but if you have to ask a question, how do you use these verbs in this situation? Yes, you're absolutely right. We don't need this second form of the verbs. We need always the first, and you ask your question by the next way. By this way. Did you swim? Did you read? Did you draw? Did you sleep? Did you write? And did you write? And your answer will be, yes, I did, or no, I didn't. Okay, are you ready for my questions? I expect you are. Good. My questions to you. Tell me, please, guys, did you swim in the sea? For example, last summer. Good. Did you read books? Maybe last summer too. Good for you. Did you draw a drawing? Maybe yesterday. Good. Did you sleep for a long time? Last weekend. Good. Did you ride a bike last weekend too? And did you write letters last summer? Okay, guys, thank you. And now look at this group of words. This is new group of words. And we are always in past simple, and we are working with irregular verbs. What do we see? We see the first form of the verbs and the second that we should memorize. We'll read them together to use them after in one exercise. Together, after me. Make, made. Buy, bought. Write, wrote. Break, broke. Swim, swam. Drink, drank. Break, broke. Spend, spent. Have, had. Lose, lost. Sit, sat. And wash, washed. Good for you. And now it's time for practice. Are you ready? Good. This group of words, how do you use? You have to fill in the blanks with these verbs. You have pictures and look at the time that we have in these pictures. For example, when did she make a cake? An hour ago. When did she buy a hat? Last week. When did this boy write a letter? Yesterday. When did they break some plates? A minute ago. When did the children swim in the sea? For an hour. And what did they do? Oh, drink a lot of Coke. They did it last night. So what form of the verbs will you use? Second, this one. Okay, guys, this one. My questions were in first form, and your answer are in second form. Okay, so she bought a hat. Good. The boy wrote a letter. What did they do? They broke some plates. They swam in the sea. And they drank a lot of Coke. Good, next one. Do you have to remember these verbs? Break, spend, have, lose, sit, and wash. And one more pictures. Look at the time. When? Last week. When? Last week. When? 2 minutes ago. When did they do it? Last night. When did she do it? A minute ago. And when did she do it? Yesterday. So, your phrases are: she broke her arm last week. He, do you need to think about these verbs? What did he do? He lost. He lost all his money last week. What did he do? Have had. He had a bus 2 minutes ago. What did he do? Oh, here. What did he do? Look. He always lost. He lost some plates a minute ago, okay? Wallet last night. And she sat on the chair a minute ago. What did she do? She washed the clothes yesterday. Good, guys. And now, how to make negative sentences. To make a negative sentences, we use didn't. And what do you do with the verbs? Will you change them? Yes, you're absolutely right. We don't change this verb. So, to make a negative sentence in past simple, when we are talking about past events, you don't change the form of the verb and you use didn't. For example, yesterday I didn't work in my office. Yesterday I didn't cook dinner. Yesterday I didn't use the internet. Okay, guys, and now I want you to talk about past events using this group of words. Think about these ones first of all. Abroad, holiday, fun, the beach, friends, and in the hotel. Can you match this group of words to talk about events in the past? So, go on holiday, go abroad, have fun, go to the beach, stay in a hotel, and go with friends. And now, how to talk about past events? What should we do with these verbs? And you have an example. I changed go for went. Okay, last weekend I went on holiday. Last weekend I went abroad. Last weekend I had fun. I went to the beach. I stayed in a hotel. And I went with my friends. Give. And how to ask question? Do you remember one more time? Yes, you are absolutely right. We make did you, we don't change the form and we add the time, okay? Specific time. Last summer, last week, yesterday, okay? So, and your answer is always yes, I did or no, I don't. And my question to you could be, did you go on holiday last summer? And your answer is yes, I did, okay? So, we continue. How to talk about past experience? It's important. Listen to me, guys. Experience. Not about past events, but about past experience. Talking about past experience, we don't need to mention a specific time. We don't need about specific time, okay? We don't talk about time. So it's not past simple. Look the example. Have you ever been to Moscow? And the answer is yes, I have. So what tense do we use to talk about past experience? And one more example. Have you ever eaten frogs, for example? No, I haven't. And this is the present perfect tense. But what's very important, guys, if in your question you want to know about past experience, for example, have you ever been to Moscow? But in my answer, I want to talk about time. Last summer, yesterday, or some days ago. I will use look. Yes, I went there 2 years ago. I will use past simple. So the question about experience in present perfect, but the answer is in past simple, using time, okay, when I did it. So just a bit, one more practice, okay? My question to you, I wanted to answer to my question using past simple and using this time, okay? But my question is about your experience. Okay, guys, have you ever watched a movie in English? Have you ever gone to a movie theater? Have you ever walked with your friends in the park? And your answer could be, yes, I watched. Yes, I went. Yes, I walked. Good, guys. One more question, but I want you to use now this word, last. Try to answer last. Have you ever read a book in English? I'm talking about experience, and you have to talk about time. So your answer is, yes, I read a book in English. Next one. Have you ever gone to the sky park? Yes, I went to the sky park. So guys, it's very important that if the question is in past perfect, the answer may be in past simple.